Meet the whole new
Absolutely.
crew.
Absolutely. Where am I going to start this thing here? I'll just start with
Hi,
this.
welcome to Gamescape
I'll start with this real quick.
Today we're going to be
And then once
going
someone else is
over
on, I'll go to the starting screen.
gigantic cliffs.
Dun dun. Sound check out there. Sound check.
Before we jump in and see how this
we're going to do a
number.
I got some new vids from Jeremy. I just didn't have time to put them in. He sent them to me late today. Good, thank you. Awesome.
Some of these figures out of the way.
So I do have some new vids coming from him.
Right. You're gonna hear a folder.
All right.
There.
Sounds good. I like hearing that. Start hitting the shout outs.
Jaguar,
those refer to a few specialty
you know who I'm talking
we
to.
have here.
Yep, Dragger here.
You can see this tree right here. Actually,
see
pops right off. And after you pop it off, you can go ahead. I have a
we
door.
go as long as we need to for this, you know, or is they're available, you know. They said, yeah, I told them about an hour. Here comes Rachel or Pip. So
you can pop in there. Okay.
Hello.
So let's say you're on an adventure.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Coco?
Yes. Coco, Bunny, Courtney, whichever you want to call me by.
All three.
I will respond to all.
Do you prefer Rachel or Pip or either?
One right next to it
either is fine.
I just want to make
yeah.
sure. Cool. I just got an ad running here real quick. Pre-stream here. Getting some shout outs done. Yeah, one of my sponsors. He was at GREYHAWK last year too, Jeremy.
Oh, cool.
He's actually sponsoring it this year, one of the official sponsors this year.
Just that simple.
So he'll be bringing a ton of his terrain like he did last year.
Last one is down
right, Coco?
Yeah, his terrain is awesome.
Yeah.
This whole thing comes
Were you at GaryCon too last year?
Yes, and I will be at GaryCon again next year, and I'll be doing some more volunteering work as well.
Oh,
so
fun!
Yeah, I'm excited. I will literally be there for the whole entire week, from the 16th until the 25th.
Yeah, you're gonna be there a little bit longer than me. Everyone on the screen tonight in Zoom
can see the open
probably be at GaryCon this year. I know Korg and
That's
Tim.
fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Connections potentially.
We had like 50 people from our community last year, and it'll probably be about that again this year.
That's so cool.
Yeah, with the
I can't wait.
And those open locks will.
With the anniversary last year, it was special, but still, it was But
pushing away from each other.
I did.
It was so much more crowded. It felt like last year.
Yeah, well, you weren't there the first weekend, right? Founders and Legends was empty.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh man, that was great. Yeah. It was like we had run of the hotel. Like it was, but they were both awesome.
Could even use
what's up, Korg?
Hello. Or double it up, whatever.
We're talking GaryCon.
So there's the hardboard.
Yeah, we're just talking GaryCon.
Yeah.
We're just talking.
Mark is coming. His
this
Zoom
last
is
year
updating.
Possibly
it's
what's
all
gonna
good.
happen this year.
And Tim's gonna get on as soon as he can. He had some other interview he had to do real quick, so.
Okay.
Yes, we'll have all the. And Tim covered. Well, all three of them covered two groups, but this is the Nuclear Meat group, because the other two in the Bone Baddie group are. Case has been on traveling, but she should be back the Saturday after. I'm trying to get a game with them. Just to let you and Korg know there, Courtney.
Huh?
I'm trying to get a game for the Bone Baddies this Saturday after. This Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, it'll be the day after my birthday.
There you go. Hey, Mark.
What time Saturday?
We have to go through settings.
You're good.
Because I will be streaming on my 30th birthday, and I don't know how long I'm gonna go for.
When are you gonna start?
Probably like 7.
1 to 5
ish my time.
We can do 1 to 5, so that's 8:30 our time.
Oh, okay, that's great. I'll have probably like 2
because
hours.
Desic, works at the post office till noon. So, welcome. All right, we're only missing one, but Tim will be on when he can be on. So, for Stronghold D&D. So, hello.
Now I can hear you guys. Okay.
Oh, cool. So I've been babbling.
Nice to meet you.
Babble.
Nice to meet you.
All right, let me hit this up still. I know, and Bird turns 40, and I'm like, oh my god, I only wish. You know? Jeez. Those days are long gone. Long in the rear view mirror. Yeah. Alright, starting to give away up, and...
Mr. Allen.
Yeah,
What do you prefer we call you as?
I'm gonna go as Marquee tonight. I just changed
Okay.
it.
Okay.
That's awesome. Alright, here we go.
That's true, actually. Yeah. I go by either Pip or Rachel, so either one is.
Coco, I normally put the ladies up top, but let's put our new guests both up top. You don't care, right? You're fine. So when it goes 3-2, I'll put you back up.
I feel like being a bottom girl today, so I'm fine.
Good. All right, awesome. All right. Look at that, we're early too. So, hey everyone. I know it's a Monday night. I don't stream normally on Mondays. This is a cool. We do this, and I did it for Coco twice, I think, right? I did it for a whole bunch of other.
Twice. Yeah.
When we bring in some new people to play characters, sometimes we get an opportunity just to go over the campaign and go over options so that we can. Yeah, we always have live mics. B-Town, that's our shtick. You know that. I've always put the live mics over the ads because who wants to watch ads, you know? So yeah, but we just want to go over the campaign and then let them decide what they want to play, and then I will build the characters around what they are instead of just randomly rolling like the real old schoolers do. Even though I am one of those, but I'd rather do it this way, and so that everyone gets to play what they want to. So let's introduce everyone. How's that sound? Let's introduce our existing guests here, and you know them pretty well. And the character you play in the group would be great too. So let's start with Korg because he's always going to be entertaining with his character Maram there. So, Korg.
Your words fill me with praise, Jay. Hello, everybody. Korg the Mighty here. Outside of this stream, I talk about lore content on my own personal channels, but within this stream, or at least for the group Nuclear Meat, I play as the worst monk ever, Maram Soromir, a multi-classed monk fighter who, he's been through it. He's been through a lot, but he's always willing to, show people the ropes with Nuclear Meat.
Absolutely. He's very lawful good, and he's done some of the craziest things we've ever seen on stream. The giveaway should be up, everyone. Put his head into a live roper once to save a character. That was probably the biggest one.
I did a death match with a giant. I can't remember what it was. What was he, Korg?
Pit Fiend?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a Type 4. It was a Type 4 demon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That too. So we've seen it all with him. And thanks for coming on, hopping, giving some encouragement here, and giving them give Rachel and Mark the ropes a little bit on maybe what you guys thought of the first time you played, because neither of you played First Edition. I don't think Coco ever played D&D.
No, that was my first time ever.
Oh yeah.
I've literally only been doing this for about a year.
Yep.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And and Coco's real good friends with Little Bird, who's very limited in her time with all the stuff she does. She has a character in the group too. She has the duelist or I'm scrolling the group through anyone who's the group characters here. Only unfortunate thing is the background's normally black, so you can't see, you can't read the yellow writing on here. But those are, these are the characters that are being kind of played, and then we can go over some of them too. And now you're getting to go back up top there. There you go. Tim comes.
I can be top or bottom.
Yeah. So Coco, why don't you say hello to everyone, please? Go ahead.
Wait, for me?
Courtney,
For Tim?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Y'all should know me by now. Y'all see me all the time. I'm Coco Bunny 94. I play on Jay's stream. I play on Guild Superior stream. I play on Chuck's stream. I'm everywhere. But I'm also a variety streamer on my channel. Starting to get back into streaming a little bit. Sometimes I take breaks here and there, but I will be back next Friday on my 30th birthday. But tonight y'all can catch me on Guild Superior stream. We will be doing the Outlaws of GREYHAWK, and if for those who've been there the first couple of games, it's amazing.
You leave whenever you have to leave.
Oh no, it's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. That's Monday. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's every Tuesday.
It's every Tuesday. My gosh.
Yes, but yes.
I wish it was Tuesday.
And I wish it was Tuesday. But I play Faudelin of Gistrol. She is a level 7/7 fighter mage. She
Yes.
loves her spells. She's the type, her and Korg or her and Maram, if it considers having a person brought back alive, don't expect to get the full bounty. Don't expect to get the full reward, because most of the time we don't bring the person we're supposed to bring back alive.
That's
a little
true.
insight
That's true.
to our team.
And that's one of our outskirts players, Heather Hex's character. Cobra. It's not like he's Snake Plissken or anything, but yeah, he really is that character when she plays. So, but hey, thanks for coming for the encouragement here. Next, Tim.
Of course.
What's going on, brother?
Hi.
Were you working
Sorry, I
out?
was a little bit late.
Were you working out?
No, I was on with we were doing our.
Oh, you're on with AJ Winters. Okay, cool.
Hazelton stuff. Yeah, I had to go. Had them back to back to back.
No problem.
Did that go well?
It did. It went well.
Good.
Super fun.
Nice.
Awesome. Talk about Tim DeTruly.
Tim DeTruly, a level 6 paladin. He unfortunately unhorsed Mike Disney a few weeks ago. He feels bad about that, but then the Black Knight absolutely crushed me. After
Coward.
Yeah, he's Phantom. How dare you? Yeah, but happy to be here with you guys. Me and Coco the halfling.
That's Amaris. She's in the other group. That's the Bone Baddie group. That's
right.
That's Nuclear Meat.
Yes,
that's right.
See, you get them all confused.
It's only 10-second adventure with us. It's all right.
Yes. And you are sick. You are 6th level now. You made 6.
I didn't turn undead very well in the last.
You're not very good.
You turned 2 of them away.
You did
your part.
It's all good.
Give yourself some credit. You're learning.
So let's introduce our new guest. And Tim, thanks for coming on. And I know Stronghold D&D is going well, which is great. And like I said, all 3 of you will be at GaryCon this year, which is great. Again, so it'll be awesome. Who wants to go first? Rachel, Mark, both of you at the same time? Rachel.
Yeah. Mark and I, we are both from Marquee Gaming. We are married power streamers. No, I don't know.
Awesome.
But we both do art and D&D over at our channel, and sometimes video games, depending on what we're doing. So we've been playing D&D probably the entire time we've been married, which has been like 11 years or something.
Cool.
I think Mark's DM'd for me the entire time we've been married, so ultimate love language right there. So I do on my end of Marquee Gaming, I usually do art, so I'll do all of the NPC and the PC art for our streams, and I'll stream it on our channel. So
beautiful. That's fantastic. Great to hear. Mark, it's hard. Is it hard being a player? It is for me, being a DM so much.
It's different, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's a whole different mode I got to get into to play D&D, but I enjoy it. It's nice to not have to be a forever DM all the time. So
I get to play with the ever mysterious Tim, my friend Tim, if you know him, seen him on his channel, in his Sea State Invincible Overlord game. So I once in a blue moon, and I know the feeling, man. It's just like the forever DM thing. For me, it's been 46 years DMing since I was 11 years old, and 44 in the GREYHAWK campaign. So, yes, I don't think I look that old, but I am. So there you go.
Wait, so Jay, what did you roll then?
What do you
mean?
You
said 4d6.
That's funny. 46, yeah. Me and the South Jersey accent I have, I slur words, and that's why you'll see this turtle emote come up, because it say turtle all the time, and it sounds like turtle, and they made an emote for me just to, you'll be seeing that. So, all right.
Blue balls, because we're always busting your balls.
So let me ask you both this question: what's the earliest edition you ever played? Just 5th? Pathfinder?
Well, I think we both have different answers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go first if you want, Mark.
Hey, Josh.
So we started playing with Pathfinder, and then we switched to 5e, And then at GaryCon, we had one game that I know I played in, at least. I don't know if Rachel's done more than that, but one game of first edition that we tried out.
Who was DMing for you?
That
Stefan
was
Picorni?
Heart of Mike Disney.
No, Pickle Dragon.
No, Pickle Dragon, sorry.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't Mike. I was like, Mike doesn't. Pickle Dragon.
No.
Okay. All right, cool.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pure 1E or was it a hybrid or was it pure? You may
It
not
was
know.
pure.
Okay, pure 1E.
It was
Okay,
pure.
cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. That's awesome. So you got a little taste for it. For me, I'm a 1E, 2E hybrid with a lot of custom rules. Some 3E feats are built into my proficiency system, but we can talk about all that. How much you know about the world of Greyhawk, the original setting? Nothing. All right.
Nothing. Yeah.
Very cool.
Teach us.
Okay. And please,
You're in good
Coco,
company.
Tim, and Cork, hop in anytime and from your experiences too. All right. So, because I don't think any of you started in old school. We know Coco. I threw her into the fire. First time she ever played was first, second edition. So,
Nice.
yeah.
I think that first edition is basically the doorway to help me learn any other edition. Like I am playing a little bit of 5e, and that has helped a lot. So
And Shadow Dark.
thank you.
Right, and Shadow Dark too. Right.
Yes, and then Outlaws
Castles
of
and Crusades.
5e. Yep. Castle of Crusades as well. Yep.
That's right. Here's a quick story. Alex just reminded me. So we're at Gary. This is a quick story. We're at GaryCon last year, and I get Bird and Coco. I'm like, you got to come with me. You got to come with me real quick. And like, where? We go all the way around. We go to the Tower Gygax table. Sit.
Yep.
Who's the first person in person, but besides because we DM'd remotely, that ever DM for you, first person?
Who's that Greenwood?
Can you imagine? So the Tower of Gygax at GaryCon, there were some seats. So yes, isn't that
Our
crazy?
first game, and he was our first in real life DM.
In
It was
person.
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
In person. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, nuts. Really crazy. All right, let me hit the screen here and boom, let's go here. Oh, I could have sworn I was going to hit the Tim. This is the Anna map for Greyhawk. The world of Greyhawk is, as we scroll out, this is the area of the Flannis. All the old publications, going back to 1980. And its map is really detailed. She customizes it for my campaign. Yes, I'm spoiled.
That's pretty.
Yeah. And she's doing. This is her last map. She's doing what's called porta potty scale now, where 1 pixel is actually like 5 feet. This one pixel is probably 500. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane. So, and this is a scalable one. So the Free City of Greyhawk is here. By the way, the giveaway tonight, and if you already have it, I'll give you something else, is a reprint of the entire Free City of Greyhawk box set. All right, exclamation point drawing. All right. So there you go. And everyone's eligible for that. It doesn't matter where you are. I'll send it. So exclamation point drawing. And if you already have it, I'll get you something else. But if we come down here, I campaign in Greyhawk. I campaign all over, but I try and keep the All-Star Game events to right here. And this is the Fairy Kingdom of Selene, elves, the Lort Mill Mountains here, dwarves, and my Free City of Altamira, which is added to the map, is here. The Sus Forest is a bad place. I have the groups go in there a lot. The Ulic states are demi-human realms. One is dwarven, one is human and halfling and gnome, and one is high elven. So. And then the Pomarge is a place where a lot of bad humanoids are. This is kind of a quickie synopsis of the area that we play in. It's all based on, as you can see, my logo and my channel and all the Order of Ulic. It's a group of knights, all classes. As long you just have to be good alignment. Maram and Fornlin and Tim all got from their last adventure. Well, 2 adventures ago for Fornlin and Maram, but Sir Tim all got inducted into the order. I've been doing that since 1980, playing that part of the campaign. But there's a lot of other things. We do a lot of thief adventures. We do a lot of things with a group called the Narwhal Headhunters. They're bandit hunters. There's all sorts of other side quests. I have 28 active adventuring groups. It's nuts. It's insane.
I think you need more.
Well, we're working on it. Yeah. So yes. And Nuclear Meat is one of them. I have 5 basically active all-star adventuring groups or special streamer groups. The rest are groups of my players on Thursday night that have been playing with me for 44 years. So, yeah, no Buck Rogers tonight. So, yeah, no busting my balls there. Yeah. All right. So, Altamira, I'm going to link you something in chat if you want this for free. This is the teaser guide which we gave at GaryCon last year, and it has a lot about the free city that I have that we start a majority of our adventures in. So I'm going to link this. There's some other free things you can download from Cannonball Publishing. That's Troy in our community. Let me put this here. Paste. Boom. Okay. So the free city of Altamira. Oh, that's not what I wanted yet, but that's okay. I have too much. I always have too much on my screen. Is that the last update has been changing all my? Is it just me, or changes everything that I have up on the screen all the time, or is that just me because Windows crazy? Here's my Free City of Altamira teaser guide. It's like 20 pages of what goes on in the city, so you can go through this at your leisure. But there's a place. Where do we start our adventures normally, there, Korg?
The Salty Dog.
Yeah, the Salty Dog in the low quarter. All right, that's the inn that you see, Salty Dog, and that's as we read this, Drake Need, a balding, overweight retired warrior, runs this cheap tavern. The Salty Dog is a favorite location for those seeking parties to hire or join for adventuring. Also, adventurers looking for work may get tips from Drake if they pay their tab and show him respect. Notice also on there is listed the tickling feather, and we don't need to go into that right now, right?
We don't need to go there.
Yeah, we don't need to go there with that. But yes, so it's
That's
a
at
good.
Least,
I'm not Fritz. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not that guy.
Anna Meyer, here's some Anna Meyer maps of the area, and there's the city, and there's the Grand Crystal Lake. So she does some great work. So this is for the publication, and then we had artwork done for the city itself. So and this is a shorter game publication. There'll be a full box set eventually coming out. So okay, now. Some things. It's going into aired because I can't publish in GREYHAWK, obviously, with WotC's stuff with rights and all. Old school GREYHAWK is very basic when it comes to, and I know I am a grognard and I should change race of the species. I know it's not politically correct, but I can't help myself. So this is my cross-reference table of all the classes. And there's like subclasses of classes. There's 44 classes options, and there's subclasses of each, and we can talk about some of them. Human, half elven, all the half elven species. Gray elf, which is high elf. Dark elf. I don't know if that'll work, but dark elves do exist in the campaign. Sylvan elf, wild elf, Grugok, if you know if you have Grugok in your game. Mount dwarf or hill dwarves, gnome, surface gnome, halflings, half orcs, half ogres. There you go. In fact, if Pip, I know you were watching on Saturday. Eric Boyd, who's the writer for a lot of the Forgotten Realms deities, who was in the group, he has Telegord was a half ogre, so he's actually playing a half ogre priest of Herodias. Yeah, he was. Cool. Thanks for the follow. And by the way, I love Legends of the Seeker, so I use all their emotes. I use all that because I just love that show back in the 2000s. So I don't know if you guys ever watched it. So it was on for like 2 seasons.
I remember seeing ads, but I never
back in the day. So I don't care what our current group is. If you have some ideas, if you want to be like, I don't care if you want to come as a husband-wife team, if you want to come as brother-sister, if you want to come as people you don't know each other, or you want to 2 distinctly different characters, it's fine. We'll make it work. Right, Tim? We always make things work. Tim's got a crossover character. Currently, his paladin's playing in both groups. So I got to make him up another character at some point.
Cool.
Right? You can't
if I leave the Salty Dog. Otherwise, I'll just keep sweating and not sleep. And I'll just keep...
Tim, do you know what we forgot during the joust? We forgot to put a Maris on your shoulders.
I thought we mentioned it.
I thought she was there for the first run.
When he called out the Black Knight, Amaris dipped.
Yeah, I know. You'd be
She's
scared.
like,
I'd be scared.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want none of that.
She was like, sorry, Tim, I want to have faith in you, but right now, I don't know so much.
Didn't he have a broken arm
Oh yeah.
At one
I was
point,
really
yeah.
jacked up.
Yep.
Yeah,
He was
like,
messed
I
up.
don't-
Like he was messed up like Heath Ledger was in A Knight's Tale. That's how messed up he was in that last fight. if you
Right.
He
remember.
did mention
The
it.
last thing he needed was a halfling sitting on his shoulder.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Well, to be fair, his arm did get healed in between the jousts.
Yeah,
It was
not
just
in
for
between
that
passes,
one match
though.
that he was
Yeah.
really
Well,
messed
when it
up.
was healed, that's when he called out the Black Knight, and she was like,
Exactly.
"No thanks."
No thanks, you're
Yep.
gonna get killed. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
Tim tanked, I think, what, 4, 5 nat 20s
Yeah.
Yeah,
throughout
he
the
got
course
messed
of all
up.
of his
Yeah.
jousts.
He got real tanky. He likes his new plate mail.
He's still alive. And then we had someone who died. That was fun.
Yeah, got decapitated.
That's right, Paige. There. Thanks, Alex, for saying that. And I'm a VIP guest at Paige in Philly. So is Anna Meyer, and so is a lot of other people we know. So yeah, it's going to be fun. So, what do you like to play? We'll start there. Mark, Rachel, what do you like to play? We have an NPC healer, but I can always have her not come.
I love clerics like so much.
That's cool.
I'm a cleric person, so anything magic I'm all about. So I enjoy that.
Okay.
I'm
Where do you see this multitude of options is going to throw at you? Go ahead, Mark.
I enjoy rogue,
Okay.
but I also don't mind a little bit of magic sprinkled in there as well.
Okay. Let's start with the cleric. So if we come on here, down to this area here, cleric is a base class in 1E, 2E. Well, in 1E, but 2E has what's called specialty priests, where you actually are a cleric of the specific deity, which allows you to use the weapons they're using, all these special abilities, right? How many of you have played a specialty priest there? Tim, you played a fighter cleric though? You played a fighter cleric in the Hateful War scenarios, right? He was a fighter cleric. He was not a priest.
I'm a cleric in GREYHAWK on my Thursday night campaign.
Cool.
But
Are you a clerk or specialty priest? It's first edition, so you're cleric.
Cleric.
Yeah. So with the specialty priest, you ready for this? So here's your options. You could play straight cleric is out because that makes no sense. You want to play a straight class specialty priest because you get all of a certain deity, and it depends on what species you're going to play. If you're going to play a halfling or a gnome or a human, there's all different sorts of ones. So let me bring that up. So this is where I got to go from catalog to let me just go completed. Yeah, so bear with me here and I have my book here. Completed and approved specialty priest list. I just want to make sure it's the most up-to-date one because date modified. Here we go. All right, boom. Okay, here we go. Deities. These are all. You may know if you know Forgotten Realms. You may see some crossover here. These are all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hieronius.
Yeah.
So many.
Here is my. I have a book for everything. I have like 20 of these. Here's my specialty priest special. This is not NPC ones. The starred ones are bad guys. The Earth Dragon, I use Leviatar. You know Leviatar, right? Maiden of Pain. Yeah, she's a real baddie in the campaign. And then classes
Like a
and
Gen Z
races.
baddie or a bad guy?
She's a deity.
Oh, okay.
She's the deity that the Dark Brotherhood worships in my campaign. As you can see, there's all sorts. There's elven deities, there's human deities, there's dwarven. They're all here. There's a mix of all of them, and it just depends on the area and what kind of. And here's the alignment. This isn't a 5th edition game. Alignment's big and old school. Doesn't as long as you're roughly playing like Korg plays Maram as lawful good as you can get. So self-sacrificing, it's kind of sickening. Right?
Hilarious.
It's hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious.
I initially designed him as being more lawful neutral with his build. I think it's more so the scenarios that he's been placed in that he's more so shifted to lawful good over time. But
Yeah, he has. And he dual classed. He was his background story was a fighter for 3 levels. So we made him a human with orcish blood, and then he switched to a monk because he was like a guard in Altamira for all that time. And that's his background story.
He
switched.
He wanted to go do his own
Yes,
thing.
now he's
then
a
he
monk
got
and
kicked
he's
out
just
of
not good.
every monastery that he applied for, so now he's his own personal monk. And that's why he's the worst monk ever.
Hey, Jeff, look. I don't see a star next to Hexter, which means that in some cases I let my guys PC Hexter. So just note that. So this gives you a lot of options. Do you want a combat deity? Do you want the goddess of love? Do you want a healing deity? Do you want an undead destroying deity? Do you want a deity of music? Do you want a deity of travel? Do you want a deity, just
So many.
yeah, of course. I'm going to explode your brains.
Yeah.
Here's another option. That's option 1. Option 2. Of course, I should have left that open. It's still open, but here. Option 2.
Bird, though.
It's always birds.
That's just, it changes. My background freaking changes now. Option 2, a multi-class cleric, which Little Bird 84 has a cleric mage, which is a half elven. She's a full-blooded Greyhawk. In the old school, you could double or triple class, and they all go up at the same time. It's not like 3rd edition, or Pathfinder, where you get to choose which one goes up. They all go up equally, right? The experience tables. So you could be a fighter cleric. You could be a cleric thief. You could be a cleric bounty hunter. You could be a cleric mage. You could be a triple class fighter cleric mage, like Lord Gazumba himself. The main character, the channel's named after Head of the Reveal, is a fighter cleric mage because he's been around since the old school days. That's how there was no specialty priest back in the 1st edition days. So that's an option, except you don't get all the really cool stuff a specialty priest gets. You're going to get some base healing spells, some resistance spells, a couple offensive spells, but mostly it's going to be a lot of healing spells because you're a good old-fashioned cleric that can turn undead if you're good aligned. So that's another option, a multi-class character, and that gives you a little more flexibility. Yes.
In nuclear meat, especially, healing is always good. We definitely always
right.
Yeah.
Maram definitely
Makes sense.
Specifically, but like in general.
So our NPC, and I got all the character sheets here from the group. Our NPC is named Ashrin. She's the 4th daughter of House Thronedale. Full-blooded Greyhawk. She's a priestess of Solanor Thalandra, the elven god of archery. She does have healing, but she has all these cool spells, and Coco knows her because a ranger can cast some of those enhancement on her missile spells. So that's like an idea, an option. And she did die in one of the adventures. She got splattered by an Etten at one time, right? Pretty badly.
Yeah.
In old school, there are raised deads. There are raises. It's not like when you're dead permanently, unless you're really bad off. Resurrections, there's a difference between raised dead and resurrection, too. So, yep. Let me shout out everyone. I only shouted out Marquee. I'm going to shout everyone out, including Marquee again. There you go. Korg, Tim, Coco.
Nice.
All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I give you a lot to think of, so why don't you just ponder?
Yeah.
Hieronius. All day.
Hieronius is the glory axis, yes. And that's who Eric Boyd was the deity of. Hieronius is a lawful good deity for the most part. Can be lawful neutral. He's like the god of paladins and do-gooders. And he's a major deity in Greyhawk. So there you go. That's an option. All right, Mark.
Delicious.
All right.
You want to be a thief, but you want to have spell casting. I'll give you got 2 brilliant options. Coco, explain your fighter magic user to Mark how it works. Because you're multi-class.
Like, how do you want me to explain it?
So you go up equally, right? And
Yes.
you're not you can't specialize as a straight fighter would, but you have benefits of both, but you go up slower than other characters.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so like I could go on possibly like 8 to 10 adventures, and I go up in one, like I go up in fighter. Depends on which one it uses, like I guess needs less XP. And then like a couple more adventures, I'll go up in mage. So it's like staggering, but once one goes up, the other one goes up.
Yeah,
so
because it's based on the experience tables. I actually,
Yes.
if you go on Player's Handbook First Edition, a thief goes up super fast, and a mage goes up a lot slower. So you could have a 6th level mage, 8th level thief in theory, but they're going up with the same experience in both tables.
Yeah, well,
It's okay,
I haven't been in that situation.
You
but
have
mean,
not.
I will go up in like fighter first,
Yeah.
and then mage, and then fighter again, and then mage. So it's like staggering for me. But
Right, but they're usually
yeah,
they're one level apart in your instance.
Mhm.
So for you, if you want a thief with a little mage, a magic user thief, or a fighter mage thief would be cool. Either of those, if you want to really do that as a thief, be a rogue. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you why Mage Thief is tough. Your hit points average sucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A fighter Mage Thief will give you some good average of hit points a little bit better.
I saw on the list as you were scrolling down to Bounty Hunter, and that definitely appealed
so
to me.
Here, Bounty Hunter is an awesome class. I may say so myself.
Fancy. Yep, you tickled Jade's
You
fancy.
tickled my fancy. Okay. I'm going to tell you why. It's a character, a class I created in 1982.
Oh,
Yep.
82.
Yep.
It is now. There's one in Dragon, but mine's way better. So let me bring this up. Cobra is a fighter.
Humbly.
Cobra's a half-elf fighter bounty hunter, multi-class. That the character played by Heather Hex. She changed her name on Twitch to Violence, and she's cool. And everyone here has played with Heather. Tim, you played with Heather once, right? You played with Heather? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She plays them great. She wears an eye patch and everything. But so hold on one second here. Let me go. Bounty Hunter.
Pliskin's the coolest.
He's this hot, douchey guy named Cobra, and he's amazing.
Yeah, and
Lots
he
of
looks
chest
he's
hair.
Snake Plissken. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. All right, let me bring
Jean
the bounty.
jacket, chest hair.
Oh
just
yeah, the whole nine
glowing.
yards.
Yeah.
He
All
could
right.
put his toothbrush in his chest hair and hang on to it. You know what I mean? Just like Velcro. It's great.
Shadow Mage 2, Sparky. I mean, that's my another custom class I created too, which is an awesome mix. All right, so the Bounty Hunter. The Bounty Hunters are a replacement for the Assassin. Back in the day, you weren't allowed to, you can't, playing an Assassin's bad because they're, it's an evil class only. So, yeah. So
I love my Assassin.
You do. Shh. Should tell everyone that I actually gave you one for that special group. The Bounty Hunter knocks out runners unconscious instead of assassinates using blunt weapons. They, they can be good aligned. They have to be a neutral or one offshoot off. They can't be lawful good or chaotic evil in between. And I really frown upon evil characters in the group, but neutrals are fine. So they can specialize if they're single class with a weapon. They can do all sorts of things that an assassin can do. They can track as a ranger, right? They can set traps, which is a huge ability of theirs. They also get magical trap setting. In fact, did you ever play Baldur's Gate 2?
I did not.
The original. You played Baldur's Gate 2, remember? Remember the guy who was the what was he called? He was just called a hunter. He was like a cross between a thief and a ranger.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where I was like, oh my god, it's almost exactly what this character sheet.
Was it Minx? Is that what you're talking about?
No, not Minsk. Minsk is a ranger. The dark skinned guy. Remember, he was. Oh my god, what was his name?
I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and he had a ranger hold you could go to and all. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, so it's kind of similar to that character. So they actually can set magical traps too. It's just kind of cool. So
That's
trap setting. That the only guild in GREYHAWK of the bounty hunters is here in our Altamira. So there are no assassins guilds that they know of. There are 2 thieves guilds. That's another whole story. But let me see where the bounty hunters guild is mentioned here. The bounty hunters guild so there's a whole slew of bounty hunters working out of here, and I do a lot of missions based on we need to recover someone, right? Because especially when Cobra plays, correct? They're Korg and Coco.
Yep.
Yeah, and how many times you bring him back alive?
An acceptably limited amount.
Yeah, because something always happens.
I don't think you can count on one hand.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, no. If you want to bring someone back alive, or you want there to be no collateral damage whatsoever, nuclear meat isn't exactly the best option for that, but we always get the job done.
Well, your nuclear is in the name, like it kind of like.
Yeah, that name's a little off. One sec.
Yeah.
See, apparently our group got voted the worst group
name out of all of the other adventures.
But you know what? People remember it.
Sounds like
it reminds me of Fallout. Like I think it's nice.
Yes.
The entire joke of that was based on.
This is going to drive me crazy. So I had to get out the Shadow Ram clue book here for the character. It's going to drive me nuts now because I should know all the characters based in. Here we go. Valigar, that guy. Stalker, class Stalker. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that guy. Yes.
Awesome.
So
Bad guy.
that's how the bounty hunter's kind of like. So this is Lady Mayor Charisse. She's been the only mayor that Altimer's ever known. She's a member of the Order of Ulick. She is also married to Elijah Winchester III. They have 4 kids. But they're not. That's on the other side for your fiance Emerson. She's also the grand mother of bounty hunters secretly. So she's 15th level. That's the max, in old school for assassins and the like. So she is technically the secretive guild master of the bounty hunter guild. It would be perfect to have a bounty hunter. Here's the great thing: you can multi-class him. You can make a bounty hunter mage.
Ooh. That does sound interesting.
It does, doesn't it? Because then you could use your spells to hide. You could use mirror image and invisibility and things like that. You can make a bounty hunter magic user up. So the only thing you're going to lose is if you're straight class, you can take that weapon specialization. And multi-classing, that's one thing we don't allow is weapon specialization. That's it. That's why that encourages people to play straight class fighters, straight class, of all the other stuff. So that has weapon specialization. It's a minor loss. Trust me, Cobra doesn't need it, right, Coco? Cobra is a fighter. Bounty hunter. Which means if you're multi-classing, it's going to limit your species though to elf or half elf. Well, I don't know if you'll care. No, that's not. Yeah, because they're the only ones that are mages. Because humans can't multi-class. With except some exceptions, they dual class, like Maram, and they stop their first class and they go on to a new one. So yeah.
Well, I do like the sound of this bounty hunter.
Cool.
This does sound pretty sweet. So
it's a great class. Sneaking, knocking out. You can use traps. It's just Curtis, the thug class. That's Fritz. So Curtis CBL on there is yes, he's
the thug class is Fritz and only Fritz.
Yes. Fritz is rules. All right, so we got you, bounty hunter mage.
Yeah,
half elven bounty hunter mage, or half. We'll do a half elven bounty hunter mage.
Sounds great.
So do you want your background to be from a rustic world area or a little bit of a uppity Selenian, you're a black sheep of your family kind of person?
I'll go rustic.
Okay, so I'm going to make you half Sylvan elf.
Ooh,
all right, so Sylvan, and I'll show you the anime map. Some areas of, a lot of the Sylvan elves live, and this is Selene. Selene is filled with gray and high elves, the fairy kingdom. But all these clans up here in the gnarly forest, like Canriel, Malaran, they're all Clan Elnef. I can't even pronounce them half the time. They're Sylvan elf clans, along with the residents of the Axewood here.
Would you say that Selene is near, far, or wherever you are?
So if you look at the tip of Selene right here, where Ranger Hold is, look at Altamir. That's the southern tip of Selene, this tip here. Just the tip.
Ah.
Yeah. Sorry. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. Right over.
You didn't say it. Someone else was.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. So, that's Selene runs the entire length, and there's a lot of ads, and a lot of the things you see added in are my campaign that Anna edited in for me. Because if you all know, GREYHAWK's pretty empty. GREYHAWK's very empty as far as, and that's why Gary Gygax always said make GREYHAWK your own. So over the years, we've filled in a lot of the map in this area. So we were starting out of Altamira, and I took liberty to take a guess. I'll share with you the title I already have for the adventure for Saturday when we're done. And the banner for it, because I think the bounty hunter in it's going to be easy. All right, so a male half-elven Sylvan elf Bounty Hunter Mage from I think I'm going to put you from either the clan in the gnarly that is the magic users, and I think that's Malaran, or Meldarin. Oh my god, I can't even pronounce it. Or Axwood, one of the two. All right. And the Axwood is an area that borders the Kingdom of Keelan and the Duchy of Ulick. So you are set. See how easy that was? Awesome. And I'll do all the stats up. All I need from you is an elven name. First name, last name, whatever you want, and because if you see if you see scrolling through here, Portrait Workshop, as I'll scroll through, Portrait Workshop sponsors the channel. So, and that's all. It's not AI art. It's art that they create, and you pay for the licensing fee. I have over 2,500 PCs and NPCs in my campaign, and I love using a custom art, but I can't even imagine. I'd be a pauper if I had, right? I mean, it only makes sense. And we try and match a figure with I try and make the Portrait Workshop character look like the figure we're going to use. And I got about 10,000 painted miniatures. Thanks to Bill and Master Crafter, because I am not an artist. It's 40 years of accumulation, man. Right? So, yeah.
So to be fair, Bill.
Plus, we have the Printing Goes Ever On sponsoring us now, and you should see some of the new stuff they're coming out with, miniature-wise. Reaper as well. So yeah, we get a lot of stuff, and we just I always say I have Bill chained in my basement because he's doing so much of the crafting, so much of the painting, and he can do so much with a real family life and all. So there's Fornalin, and they'll scroll through, and I'll do the best I can to match up. And you can tell me if you want, hair color, eye color, that kind of stuff. When you Discord me your name, general features, and I'll put them into the portrait itself. So
sure.
1 down, 1 to go.
You did it, Mark.
Yes. So Rachel, what are your thoughts?
I was scrolling through like a Pantheon thing. It looked like of GREYHAWK, it looked like they described it. First of all, I used to play Neverwinter Nights all the time.
Oh, okay. So
you know some of all those deities.
You know some of them here because we pilfered some. Yeah.
So I was like, I recognize these names.
All right, so the Stormlord is Talos in there, which is a chaotic neutral deity of and is really we have a couple of them, and they are not the nicest people in the world, but that doesn't matter. So the chaotic neutral, the Red Knight is another good one. The Red Knight is battle prowess and combat efficiency. That's another Forgotten Realm deity that I ported over. Also ported over is
the Red Knight.
The Red Knight, yeah.
Yeah, that's Maram's
That's
deity.
Maram's deity. Yeah, what Maram worships Red Knight. Freya is also, that's from original deities and demigods, and also in Forgotten Realms. Myliki is too, but I haven't done up that deity. Leviator is too. Absolutely. What's the other one? Oh my God, how can I not? Elmater. Elmater's another one. Elmater is like the god of suffering. And
yes, I remember him.
Yeah, the god of suffering. So
is Corellon in there?
Corellon Larethian I do not have as one because I make them up as my players want to, right, in my campaign. So for elven deities, main ones, Alana of the Forest, it's just like a ranger tracker type. Elistraeus, right from Ed Greenwood, that's the goddess of the good dark elves, right? And we actually during Virtual GrowdCon, Walt played an Illustrae one when Ed played that last Thursday night.
Sweet.
2 Thursday.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iravan Olafstir is the god of elven god of mischief, right?
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. It's elven. Kellenon's the Sword Lord. I love Kellenon. What a great deity. Not a very healing deity though. So and a true neutral god as well. Solnar Thalandra, we have one in the group, the elven god of archery. Tritherion as a human and half elven, that's the god of revenge. Chaotic good, one of my favorite deities of all time. The god of pursuit too. They get tracking ability. Yeah. So this is what you want to think. Do you want your character to know Mark's character, or do you want to come from separate realms, lands? That's something important in your development, right? Because if you wanted the character to know and maybe be traveling with Mark's character, Tritherian would be perfect. He's a bounty hunter, and you're a priest of Tritherian, which also gets tracking, and you're also like, you get a lot of healing, but you also get the abilities of, you get a lot of summoning spells, and you get a lot of, revenge pursuit kind of things. Or you can go with a deep healer, or you can go with a multi-class cleric. So you got a lot of. I know it's like. I knew you were going to explode here, and so. Give me your thoughts on what you'd like the character to be about, and what can help. Yeah.
If I may, just one moment. I did just think of something that could potentially be really funny.
Go for it.
It's been discussed so far that, maybe their characters know each other, maybe they're traveling together. And of course, if you guys don't want to do this, totally fine. It's your characters. But I just had the thought, what if they did know each other, but they didn't exactly like one another? Like they had been part of a business deal in the past that had gone bad, and they meet up in the Soul Stone again, and they're like, hey, it's
So what's even funnier, the way the story's gonna go, I don't think you're gonna meet them in the Salty Dog. I think you're gonna meet them out in the road, in the field. Oh yeah, come on. What do you say? I always am scheming. So
I know,
make it
but
even more
it's-
spicy.
new
They're
people
like
in the Salty Dog.
exes, and they
that would be funny too.
Tim, you literally took the words. I was like, what if they were married and then they got divorced and then they
you
came
guys are
back
awful.
together?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So much
dramatic
alimony
thing we
due
could
from
do.
like another place. But he's the bounty hunter looking for the
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure there's a rom-com about that.
Oh, 100%. And that Adam Sandler directed it.
Hilarious.
Grey's
It would just
Anatomy.
be, like disagreeing on something and then, follow them and Maram be like, there they go again. Why we let him in this group?
Get him out of here.
So
no, Maram would love having that in the group. He'd be like, yeah, this is par for the course. This is chaos. This is nuclear meat.
He'd be sitting there with
I'm here for
popcorn.
and please note, you guys enjoy yourselves on Saturday, and this group gets together every couple months or so. If you can make it, great. If you really like it, if not, hey, it's okay. Or if you can, want to come in every couple months, I like Heather does, or other people, it's fine. I know we never. I want to be a little arrogant here. Usually, when people come and play, they want to play again, right? Just because the style's different, and it's. Thank you, Coco. Thank you very much. So it just, you get, think of this as a start. And then, there's collab and all that other stuff coming in the communities. We got a huge community of people. Plus, I know you're homebrewer. I homebrew. My GREYHAWK started in 1980 going a different direction than published source. That's what, so that's the way you look at it. It's just, I started in the GREYHAWK setting. So we have the GREYHAWK community around us too.
Yeah.
And also, this group in particular has very much a rotating cast. Typically,
It does.
me and Coco are the most consistent players within the group. But we've had so many people join in.
Dave from Guild Superior has a ranger.
Gotcha.
Dave Guild Superior has a ranger. Bird has a duelist. Okay, and that's a Dragon magazine that I slightly changed. Tim's got a paladin. Who am I missing? I'm missing someone. Oh, Cobra is a fighter bounty hunter. Oh, and then I have two NPCs that go in and out. I have Ashrin, who's a priestess of Soul Earthlandera, and Chudley, a gnome jester. So
He has a
Awesome.
magic.
Beautiful.
I want to say we've had besides me and Coco, we've had about 8 to 10 people be a part of this group.
Yeah, because a lot of your nerdy guide people, it's a shame.
Beyond that.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
But yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We also, we've had some people, and that's a great thing. So it's kind of, I always have done it this way because my guys, certain guys can't make it each week. I'm not canceling. We have rotating characters. I have multiple characters. It's kind of the term's West March's term, right? That's just the way we've always played that way for since we started playing 44 years ago. So
Yeah.
Yes,
story keeps moving.
Story keeps moving, and an adventure from another group may take place months before the last one we did. It's not completely linear, right? It's kind of like I equate it to the first season of The Witcher, where I did one episode's 10 years before and all that. Yeah, it's it can happen like that too.
Sweet.
Yep. So thoughts?
Mark, do you want to be married to me, or do you want to hate me, or do you want to be my business partner?
That's awesome.
So many options.
Pick the right answer.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I'm open to anything, to be honest. I don't know if you. I don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
got an idea.
That's devious.
I am always devious.
I think it's safer to know you and have a somewhat positive thing with you. But
okay.
Fair.
We don't necessarily have to be married if you don't want to be like constantly traveling together. But like we know each other from various crossovers in the past, and maybe some good, some bad. But
true, actually.
That works.
How will this one go this time? Will it be positive? Will it be negative?
I actually kind of like that. Yeah, like who knows if
that
we'll
works
like
perfectly.
Be fighting or if we'll be like teaming up.
It works perfectly because I can have you come from different directions. You see, I have an 8-foot by 8-foot table, and I'll have a scenario. Set. Yeah, so I got that.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. I like
the
it.
terrain is amazing.
Yeah, Jay uses some very detailed sets.
Well,
I'm excited.
We always try, don't we? Tim too. Tim, you have great terrain, great setups, man. You have wonderful stuff. I 100% agree. I will not like I said, I never besmirch how anyone plays. Whether you play Theater of the Mind, whether you play VTT, whether you play in person with Mr. Train, whatever. Where you play 5th edition, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you play the game. So, all right. So we got. Let's narrow this down on a deity. Specialty priest. You want to go specialty priest over multi-class?
I would assume if you're saying it's more fun, sure.
I think it is because it'll give you.
Understand the difference, but I trust you. So.
The difference is you're going to get a cleric. You're going to have the healing spells turning undead, the base stuff that was in 1st edition. A priest, you're going to. Let me give you an example here. Why don't I do this?
That was great.
Let me bring up which one. Let me bring up Tritherion, just to give you an idea. That's the spell list, you dumbass. Priest of Tritherion powers and abilities. Crap! That's only.
Be nice to yourself.
I know.
Is there
do you know how much stuff I have?
Emote?
All right. So here is your priesthood, and this is not even counting your spells. Your weapons allowed are from the deity, and he uses spear and broadsword as his main weapons, but also bludgeoning. So the spear of pursuit is his rune. Wisdom, minimum wisdom of prime requisites are 13. Alignment cat good. Armor any, so you can wear hard armor. Any kind of armor you want. Here's your major spheres. That's to set up your spell list. I already have the spell list made up that you can pray from. You don't turn as good as some other ones. Level -2. That's not your gig. But here's all your stuff. You track as a ranger of the same level at 1st level, so you're going to have that because you guys are going to be around. You guys are going to be 6th. I'm going to put you at the same level as Tim. All right, so you're both gonna be around, 6. You may be Mark. You may be 5'6".
What I had to do to get to this level?
you may be 5'6". You may be bounty hunter 6, magic user 5, or something like that, depending on how the experience works. Okay. Double damage dice blow once per day versus lawful evil or lawful neutral creature. So you're like, so if they hate lawful neutral people, by the way. They think they're stuffy, and they think they don't, they really despise them. They hate priests. They also hate Fultus, which is a deity in here that can be lawful good, but has a lawful neutral aspect, which is it's kind of like an Inquisition person where if you're not doing what I'm telling you, I'm burning you alive. That kind of so they hate those people.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They can use wizard, conjuration, summoning scrolls at 5th, and they also may use items that invoke conjuration magic at 5th level. So if you get a wand of conjuration or some other things that summons creatures, you can use, an item, you can use that. Only wizards can usually use. At 6, +2 in all saves versus effects from lawful neutral creatures. We changed that to evil. It's all evil now. I forgot that was a change. We made it just all evil and lawful neutral. So just note that's a change for that. So at 8th, you get 3 attacks every 2 rounds instead of one around as a cleric, as a priest, and then at 13th, 2 every 1. Plus all your spells. Yeah, and you have some good spells.
Cool.
That's an idea.
That one is the one you were talking about.
That's the god of pursuit and a tracker.
Gotcha.
So you could be now. There's other deities that track, especially ones like Alana of the Forest. And Alana is like one of the main deities in the campaign. So let me bring her up. Alana is a lot of elves and half elves revere Alana along with humans. She is probably the one I would go to after. All right. Alana. They get bow, longsword, so you could be a bowman too, which is great, and with healing. They have to have a good movement rate. They can't wear heavy armor. They can wear chainmail and all, and they have a lot of. They really turn even worse than the Tritherian clerics, but they track. They can move silently and hide in shadows outdoors too, which is good. You get that ability, and they get animal friendship. So. And they have a good repertoire, but the bow is an important thing. To be able to shoot at range really helps. Your Tritherian one's not using a missile weapon. This character will be. Yeah, that's another one. And Alana she is one of the most revered half elven deities in the game. If you're playing a half elf instead of a full blooded elf. Or you can go human with Alana too, because you're a woodsman from somewhere. You got options. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the 3 options: human, elf, half elf for this.
Cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So that gives you 2 options there: Alana or Tritherian, or if you want to go combat, Heronius is great, like Tim said, because Tim's Heronius is a paladin. So as well in the group, and he'd be like kissing your ass. So. And that may get Mark's character jealous.
That's Hemronius.
Yes, Hemronius. That's
oh my god.
Yeah. Frey is like the goddess of fertility, but still very and combat. Mayheen is also a goddess of combat. She's a recent addition. She came into the world in 3rd edition. Another pure Greyhawk deity. Merlin's the god of technology. Merlin is actually Clint Eastwood. Merlin, no, seriously, he looks like Clint Eastwood. Merlin was in Boot Hill. If you ever heard of that game back in the day, and back in 1st edition, they did crossovers between Gamma World, Boot Hill, and D&D, and so he looks like the man with no name.
Oh, that's fun.
That's who he is, and he's a god of technology. He carries 6 shooters and everything. It's so yeah, that's
awesome.
Let me see if I have a picture. It'll be like right out of the Dragon magazine. Let me go Merlin. Yeah, Murly. There's senses of humor.
Yeah,
there he is.
That's Merlin.
Yep. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Even has a scar. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot of options.
Okay.
Saint Benedor is the god of Death Knight and undead hunting. A new deity. A recently elevated deity to demigod status, created by Gary Julian, Prophet Smedger, who I'm a legend of GREYHAWK, 3rd edition book here, Living Greyhawk Gazetteer. First name on it is Gary Julian, along with Eric Mona, who runs Paizo now, and a good friend of mine too. And he's on with me on the show Wednesday night.
Black Dragon.
Yeah.
So. Undead hunting sounds so fun.
I love Saint Benedor. In fact, I wrote an entire article on it in Visions of Greyhawk magazine.
Oh, sweet!
So you can actually get a download. Anyone up there have the download copy for Visions, please? Is Sam on or anyone? For the one with Saint Benedor, I think it's Visions 2. Let me just go Visions of Greyhawk 2. I think almost possible. Let me see if it's this one. Oh, look at that. I already had it open. All right, so
hey.
this is page number 33. All right, this is Visions of Greyhawk Volume 2. I'll send Sam a message. There we go. Sam's on. So download that right on in chat. That is the Cannon Fire download for this, so that you will get this article and you have everything about the servants of the Ashen Hand. So your hand's going to be scarred. You're going to have your one palm of your hand scarred in service to Saint Benedor.
You have like an ashen hand. That's cool. It's like Agatha.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So he created the deity who Saint Benedict rose, and then I made the specialty priest for the community off of this. And as you can see, this is Keoford. There's the Winchester estate and the Rothschild estate in Keoland in the article, and then here's all the spell list. So you can pray for all these spells with all the references in here. And there is this is an existing character, Tegan Rothschild. She is a specialty priest of Saint Benedor in the campaign. And then so this is
sweet.
Yep. So it's all there for you. You want to go that route?
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. That sounds fun.
Beautiful. That is awesome. Yes, I love it. And I know Gary will be excited because the more use of this character class, the better. So we'll make you lawful good, obviously. What alignment do you want to be there, Mark?
Maybe a little chaotic good.
Perfect.
That work?
Yeah, it works perfectly. All three visions.
That's why we argue on some.
all three visions are there in that thing. So you can get all three of the Visions of Greyhawk magazine that's out. Visions 3, I have a joint article of Ed Greenwood in there. So with rumors of Greyhawk. So take a look at that one in Visions 3. So yeah. So see how easy that was? What I need from you all is general appearance. You know, are you tall, thin, you know, overweight, whatever, you know, hair color, eye color. For you, for Mark, for your character, if he has a little bit of a scruff, right? Anything you want to go, you know, scar. See, I can't do scars on Portrait Workshop, but you can still have them. That's one thing they're implementing. See, look at how clean Sir Tim looks there in that picture. He's like got a pretty face. Yeah, they're working on it. And then we go with I'll do age, which if we make you mature, we'll make your priest of Saint Benedor 25, 26. Half elves become mature at 40, because you know a normal elf, a gray elf, will become mature at like 150 years old. So you'll become mature at 40. I'll make you like 43, 44. It's the same as you know. All right, that's easy enough. I need to work the servants of the Ashen Hand in my campaign. You do, Rob, of course. You know that's why I have the priest there. Absolutely, you need to do that. So what questions do you have of me? We haven't talked about how the game works. By the way, is everyone okay time-wise?
Yeah.
Okay. I know I said an hour, but you're okay if it runs just a little bit long? I just want to make sure. I don't want to. I don't ever have anything to do, Jay. Tim does. Tim always has something to do.
I'm good.
You're good, man. You're good. Some things that are different, and here's some key things that are different in my game than in 5e. Group initiative. Probably saw the one six-sided die roll group. I tell you who goes. I do it by positioning on the board. It just makes more sense because I can't keep track of 30 baddies on there and 7 characters. There's no way I'd be able to do individual initiative. It also makes the game move a lot faster because I play, you know, we want to get the story done in 4 to 5 hours, just like at a con, right? So, right. Number 2.
So like all of us will go, and then all the enemies will go.
Depending on who wins.
Yeah.
If you win in it, you can actually delay until after they've all gone if you want to do a tactical. For example, I'll give you an example, Mark. You have a Dispel Magic ready, and because there's a bad wizard on the other side, and you go, I delay. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic if he casts a spell. You can do something like that. If you win initiative. Right, yeah. That's why it's important. Okay.
All right,
cool. 2. Movement is action in 1E, 2E. If you move beyond 10 feet, incidental movement, that's your action for the round. There's not this move,
you
attack.
You only get one action.
You only get one action, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get multiple attacks. Like, for example, Mark's character, and technically, if Rachel has a high enough dex, Mark's character will be probably wielding 2 weapons. You'll be attacking twice. You'll be usually, you know, going footman's mace primary, horseman's mace secondary, something like that. Broadswords allowed in that class. Morning Star. There's all sorts of things you can use. So yeah, usually it's a short weapon in the secondary hand. I'll work that all up. But if you want to make changes, we can make changes. So other things. Shooting into melee combat is bad. If you miss.
But we still do it anyway.
It's called the Anna Meyer Doctrine. If you know Anna, my co-host, she'll shoot in melee combat all the time. If combat's not static with the miniatures. Hey, you think you got that shot lined up and you want to take it, take it. If you miss, you must re-roll on your ally's rear armor class to see if you shot them.
Okay, gotcha. So friendly fire is on.
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
But
yes.
spells like Magic Missile, which automatically hit, you can shoot in a melee combat because they automatically hit.
Mhm.
Area effect spells, you cannot sculpt a fireball so it gets the bad guy who's in melee combat with the good guy. It ain't happening. Right? Just now it's just not happening. No, that's not the way it works in the game.
Yeah, Fontain's got fireball and lightning bolt, so y'all just better watch out.
She does. So you'll have 2 mages in the group, which is cool. It's good. You have 2, which we had 3 mages in the group Saturday night. So
Yep.
yeah. So do you guys want to know what the title is?
Yes.
I thought about it, and it's going to fit perfectly. You're going to go back to Lake Town eventually there, Maram and Coco.
Like, is that the one where we like row in on the boat together?
Me!
Hey!
Our little Uber
wrong
driver.
One. That's wrong. Yeah, you'll see Smee. Here we go.
Woo!
The
Him and
Triple
Warren Sarah have a
Dilemma
thing.
is the name of the title. It's going to fit perfectly. Nuclear meat and Triple
Nice.
Dilemma. Korg always gets, because I feel bad. I always fit Korgs in wherever I can because it's a dog. So there you go. There's a picture. I will get this out to everyone in your Discord so you can announce and do all
Yay.
that. Saturday, October 19th at 10 a.m. We will see. Yes, Triple Dilemma will be the title. And I'm not going to start you two together. I think you're going to meet each other in the course of gameplay, but you know each other. I think that'll be fun. So that's a Triple Dilemma. You'll have Mark's character, Rachel's character, and Nuclear Meat all coming at the same time. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Nuclear meat
That'll
and
be a
Triple
blast.
Dilemma, they go hand in hand.
Yes. So there you go. The Triple Dilemma will be the title. So one of my favorite early Doctor Who's back, I think it was Colin Baker, the second Baker, was called The Twin Dilemma. Or was that, was that Colin Baker or was that Peter Davison? It was one of the two, but it was, so I went with that title. It's also very nebulous. You're like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
Now
We're gonna be
Jay.
counting which dilemmas.
Exactly.
Can be
Exactly.
correct.
Exactly. So what questions do you have of me? Please ask anything. Audience, what do you also questions?
If I
About-
may,
Good.
could do a quick one.
Please, of course.
This is less of a question and more of just to give you a heads up. Maram will probably, if we're going back to that same town, he will probably try to ask how Myron is doing.
Right. Right.
Just letting you know.
Yeah. Explain. You
Um,
can
He's
explain.
not dead yet.
You can explain. You can tell them. Who's my?
Oh,
Yeah.
the last time we came to this town, there was a bunch of murlocs that beset it. One of the guards that was there, Maram helped save. Come to find out, he might have served with this guy back when he used to
Right.
be a town guard in another area.
Right.
And so before they left, he gave Myron some inspiring words of courage to become a greater fighter and to defend the village with all of his heart and soul. And he's just hoping that he isn't dead by now.
Look, he even trained him while we were fighting the baddies. It was
Yeah, that's
hilarious.
true. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
Yeah, while they were
absolutely.
fighting, he was like, "Look, you got to thrust like this,
Yeah.
lead with this
Colin
leg." I got stabbed.
Nice.
You
Yeah, but
always
it's not a
get
nuclear-
stabbed. You're
Right?
Yep.
It's not a proper nuclear meat adventure until you go into the negatives.
Yes.
Lord.
Oh, that's another thing. The way it works is there's healing spells, and I'll make sure you have these. There's Death's Door, which if you're in the negatives, so when you go to 0, you're unconscious. If you go to -1, you go down a point around, unless someone blasts you or something, point around till -10, and you're dead. You go
Okay.
-1, -2, -3, or someone binds your wounds. Okay, it stops for a full round and it does the action of binding wounds. There's a spell called Death's Door, which appears in first edition, puts you back to 0 with a healing spell of any kind from that time. You're up and fully functioning. Okay, there's also a spell called Repair Injury because I have critical hits and fumbles. Oh, by the way, hero points. You see all that's ding, ding, ding going off? Hero points, regulars you use before the die roll, specials, which you get from cheers, and you'll get them from the audience or after, but I get them too.
Yeah, for everybody.
Audience members can give
unfortunately.
you special points by doing
Yes.
500 bits, I believe.
500 bits or 10,000 turn-ins a
Oh, okay.
regular. A turn, yeah,
And
10,
they can
yeah.
say, hey, this player gets a special point. Or they
Yeah.
can give that special point to Jay, and you can use a special point to turn a 19 into a crit.
A natural
or-
19 into a natural
natural
20,
19,
which is a
yeah.
critical hit. So there's
Cool.
dirty 20s, you know, a dirty 19, you can't make a crit. But if you roll a natural 19, you can make that a crit. If you have a keen weapon, it crits on a 19 or 20. If you roll a 1, it's a fumble. You can use a special to undo the fumble. Rolling on the fumble table can be bad.
And you could only use regulars on the initiative roll. Can't use specials.
No, special. One special on an initiative roll.
I thought you said you couldn't use specials.
It acts
No,
like a
specials
regular.
is for initiative. Rolls.
Specials is for initiative. Regulars you use before the die roll. Say you get fireballed and you need a 12 on your save. And you have 3 regular hero points. Well, you're going to make that save, and you can use 1, 2, or 3 of those regulars you're given and say, now I'm using them as +3. It's a big hero, you know, your ability to avoid damage. Now you need a 9, right? If say you have 2 specials and you rolled a 7, you could add them after the die roll, and then you'd make your save. Specials are very powerful. But I can undo them with my specials.
Yeah, Jay likes to race you. If he's got enough, he'll race you.
What'd you
If he
walk into?
really
You
wants-
walked into my 44-year game, which is evolved. So yes, it's evolved. So there are also special. Let me bring this up. There are special feats. Let me go. Oh God, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I don't even remember what my own things are called. Proficiencies. 2020. Okay. All right. Some of these will be added into your sheet. Some of you will have these. These are in lieu of weapon proficiencies. So, like, for example, a priest will start with 2. At your level, you get 1 at 4th and then 1 at 7th. So you have 3. So you have a weapon, but you may have toughness, which is +1 hit point per level. Oh, you know what? It would be helpful if I showed it to you. Jeez, Jay, my God. Yeah. Here are some of these are in lieu of weapon proficiencies. Specialization, you know, monkey grip. That's for like halflings using long swords, or monkey gripping a long sword in your secondary hands, right? Blind fighting, dirty fighting. You've probably seen some of these in Pathfinder, but they've been melded into my 1E2E system to give you a little bit of flavor, right? And there's also spell ones too. Resistance reduction, which will negate a magic resistance of a drow or a demon or something. All right. There's all sorts of neat things here. Spell extension to increase your duration. Improve critical. If you're specialized, you can make it crit as a keen weapon. There's all sorts of things. I will make your character sheet up. Tim, do you have taunt on your character?
Yes.
Maram, you have taunt too, right? You both have
We
taunt.
have 2 taunters.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Taunt. So I stole that from WoW.
Dog.
Did you guys play World of Warcraft back in the day?
Mm-mm.
No, you did not. Oh, because
No,
you don't
my
know what
brother said
Murlocs
that.
are then. Oh.
What level do you have to be to have mass taunt?
No, it's a prerequisite of taunt. Then you can take mass taunt next time. So
Oh.
Altamira, there are on the outskirts in the Sus Forest are these things called the Vivius Stalkers. They are Murlocs ripped right off from. I can't call them Murlocs from World of Warcraft because I love them so much because they attack in packs. Yes, so we've made them called amphibious stalkers.
Very cool.
And then corrupted beastmen too. You may see some of them at some point. All sorts. And Tim has got a fixation for a character that I don't know if
Junior.
he wants to kill a character called Junior.
Yeah.
It's an
Who doesn't
organization.
want to kill Junior?
Junior's a good
Worst.
bit of a creep.
I will.
There's reason to try and kill him.
If they run across Murlocs, I'll do it. I like saving that. So so Junior is a member of the Mongrels of the Putrid Tongue, which is an organization where they breed with everything. He's a half orc, half halfling.
And also, they
Junior.
take people's tongues.
As
It's
trophies.
not a
They-
good time.
Yes, and then they put them on their shields and they animate them and they.
Horrific.
Yes, but that was only they're not like the main antithesis in this campaign. And Junior got away the first adventure Tim played, and now all his character wants to do is find this character and kill him.
He has to track him down.
Yes.
Dude's a bit weird.
You think? Absolutely.
That's the other party that Tim and I and Coco are part of.
So
sweet.
I will walk you through stuff. Don't worry about that. It's easy. I'm not gonna make it like if you do something that you can't do we'll say, hey, I'll give you some options or whatever. It's your first time, so please understand that we're here all to have fun. I'm not here to kill you. I'm here to have fun. How many times?
I'm not here to kill them yet.
Jay spoils us. He does all the math and everything for us.
Yeah.
All your pluses to hit and damage will already be on your sheet. All I need from you is raw 20 die rolls. I will do all calculations. Isn't that great?
He's so nice.
Character log sheet. It looks something like this. See all the notes on there and all. It's all my chicken scratch. But you'll have your pluses to hit and damage. Bless spells, add +1 to hit. Prayers, +1 hit and damage. All sorts of things. Shouts. There's all such things that can happen. It can enhance you or penalize you with stuff, but it's just like any other game. What other question?
I did have a question.
Please.
Are you when you're playing like in a session, is it like mostly battle? Is it
Mix.
like a third role play, 2/3, or like does it depend on the session?
I'm gonna say it's around a third to a fourth role RP, but there's RP going on the whole time.
During the battle.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
All the time. Because especially Korg's going to go and bloviate something in the middle of the fight to the bad guy, and then there's going to be all sorts of interaction. Trust me, I want the interaction. We're playing in a style that I grew up in, and that is, it's not, we're not Critical Role. I'm not, and I'm never going to say I'm Critical Roller or High Rollers or any of those, right? This style is unique. I'd say to Mike, Tim probably plays very similarly, right? Tim, in your game, yeah. In a miniatures-based game, that's what you're going to get because we're honoring the war game style. But there's a lot of fun things that are going to happen during the game. There's going to be a lot of options. There's going to be like, I'll give you an example. We're playing with this group, the other group, and the terrain's all set up, and I put a little ram on the top of a hill as they come around a corner. And they sit there for a half hour arguing about what to do about the stupid ram miniature I put up on top. And all it was it was a hills and there was a ram there, right? And they're like, "Should we kill it? It's someone who's polymorphed. I guarantee you." It just went on for like a half hour. That's the kind of stuff that'll happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then we killed it, and then
someone tried to, and it ran off after a half hour. I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I thought Korg reanimated it.
No, that was Korg's character in the other group. That was a horse, a dead horse.
No, but he's also done something else. What
his
it?
necromancer in the other group did something else too.
Was it a goat? I think it was.
I think it was a goat, and then
goat.
Amaris keeps killing the reanimated.
Yes,
and then a dwarven
a
priest
different
killed
group,
my
the
goat,
bone
so I made him
baddies.
hit my skeleton.
So we got two groups between. Like I said, Tim's character is floating between both. So. It's them zombie goats, not Anna's zombie goats, but it's a great question. So just feel free to RP whatever you want to do during your game. If you have a special ability like a taunt or something, I will make you. I'll say, what are you going to say to them? Or if you want to stand over someone you've defeated, hey, you want to? Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. I'm never going to stop someone's creativity. Absolutely. 100%.
There's also typically within a given session, there's about 2 to 3 encounters of combat, with the final one being like the big boss fight-ish, but with some leading up to it.
Yeah, because we want it to fit. So I am a veteran of streaming with special groups and running at cons, which is the same thing. You have a convention, you got to get off that damn table, right? Because someone else is coming on that table. So I kind of got it down to a science. So
yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Mark, did you DM at GaryCon last year?
I did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it was interesting for the first time, but yeah, it was a good time.
Oh, it's the first time you DM'd at a con?
That was the first time ever last year.
Wow, that's awesome.
So first time I DM'd at a con was PAX Unplugged in 2018 because we just kept to ourselves for 38 years, and then finally came out of the shadows, and I'm so glad we did. And now, we've gotten to this point. So There's a lot of great people out there, and it's an honor to DM for both of you this on Saturday. Thank you, and for the rest of the group. It's just it's my beloved, cherished
Can't
honor
wait.
here.
Thanks for running it.
Yeah,
All
thank
right,
you.
great.
Yeah, for real.
So you know what details you need, right? All right, and just Discord them to me. I will start working on the character sheets right away, and then I'll fill in the portrait, and I'll send you a picture ahead. Says this is cool.
Did you say I was a human or an elf? Which one?
Your
did you
choice.
land on?
So you can be human.
Oh, I can choose. Okay.
Yeah, your choice. Let's because we want to get your background up here. Let me bring the Saint Benedictine article back up. So human or half elven is fine. Human or half elven. Well, shit, I didn't do it again. I'm sorry. I got to hit scene 13. Human or half elven. So it would kind of make sense if you're half elven because then you both have been like back and forth for all the years a little bit longer. Or,
Yeah.
But you should.
Fine.
Okay, you want to do that?
Yeah, sure. Unless you had another.
No, half elven's fine. So, but I'm
Yeah.
going to make you from what house there should I make her from in Celine? So, like, Mark's character's stoic and from, like, the backwoods, and she's, like, a little bit more uppity, noble house of Celine there, half-elf.
Should totally be uppity.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think there, Coco? Should I make her from one of the really snooty houses or one of the more down-to-earth ones? Your call. Since you have multiple elves in multiple houses.
Okay, I think he needs to be from a down to earth because I feel like Marquee's, because since he is chaotic good, he would be, a little bit more.
Okay.
Yes. It needs to have that, opposites attract.
Okay. All right, fair enough. So
I can't wait to bring them together.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
Is immediately going to see the tension between the two, and they're like, "Oh, we got
exactly,
we
storyteller. You're country and rock and roll. You got it. That's perfect." Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are we going to? Okay, who here? I'm assuming everyone. Who here has seen The Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
You know the scene with Sebastian and all them out by like the lake when Ariel and the dude are in the boat and they're doing things in the background to like set everything up. That's gonna be me and Coco and Tim.
It's like watching from a bush. Like, is it
I call
working?
dibs on being the bird that can't sing worth a darn.
I'll be the fish that jump over the boat.
Exactly.
Fred, hey, you can't forget about Fred. Fred needs a part.
Oh yeah, what would Fred be?
Oh, Fred, that's right. Are you gonna bring Fred? Fred, he's got a pet fox.
He's gonna be he'll be in the salty dog, but then I'll send him to his daycare after we get started on the quest.
Doc, I'm the only one who hasn't what? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to with chat. The only one who hasn't won. It's gonna be fun. So let me see here. That's tough. I can make her from Selmalin. That's the one where all the jesters come from. Nah, I won't do that. That would be. We'll go lesser here. House Gestrul. Nah, I can't do that because that means that that would mean you'd know Faunalin.
Yeah. Do they have her classes in just
sure, of course.
Or is it just
well, we can say that she went the route of her human parent over the elven one.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And you went the route, Farland, you're a full-blooded elf.
Yeah, full gray elf, yeah. Does that mean that she could
Tony Winslow Brill's character is half elven from here as well. And she's did you guys ever do anything in Candlekeep Mysteries, that book? Okay,
no.
It looks cool though. She wrote the highest level adventure in that, so it's called Xanthoria. Yeah, take a look at it. It's really cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, Tony. She was on Saturday. Do I do it? Do I do it?
Will she be able to wield a bardiche as well? Since that's the main.
No. Because she wouldn't want to.
She was homeschooled. She didn't go to public school.
She wouldn't want to. She wouldn't want to either because she wants to take. She's taking on Saint Benedict. She's burned her hand for Saint Benedor. She's done this, and look, there's the picture of the hand, the pallid hand with the yeah. She's actually done that to herself. Yes, she's for the suffering.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
So would she be like would she be like a fifth cousin or something of mine? Or what?
Still marryable.
Probably you'd be a great aunt or something.
Oh, so I'm an aunt.
Because you're a full-blooded elf. You're full-blood. We'll do that. We're gonna do that. I'm really. So you're gonna come from Lord Gazumba's house, just rule as well.
So
we're gonna do that because that way we're
Alabama-ish
yes.
right now.
Yeah. Oh, seen Little Mermaid? I saw Little Mermaid back in the day, but not with my son. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the original. So, where's this article? Once again, Sam, if you're on Link, the Cannon Fire, and all 3 Visions of Greyhawk, great legendary people are in these 3 ones. It's all free content for Greyhawk by the community. So there you go. All 3 of them are right there. You feel free to download it. Also, feel free to download my Altamira teaser guide, which I gave out at GaryCon, right there from Cannonball Publishing. There's a couple other free things there too. So you'll have that and you'll know about the free city of Altamira that some of you are going to start in or go back to. Okay. So that is it. So Mark, you've been kind of quiet. You cool with where we are here? Bounty Hunter Mage.
Oh yeah. I'm just going along for the ride.
Yeah. Cool. All right. All right. So I'm going to have you as part of the Bounty Hunters Guild in Altamira. And you're out and about and you're doing something, but you are kind of like Cobra. You like being a loner to start, right?
Right.
You're that kind of
good.
Yeah. So that's why you're separated from Yeah. This is gonna be fun.
Chest hair situation. I need to know.
What's that?
What's the chest hair situation?
On who?
Eye patch. Is he smoldering? You know what I mean? What's the comeliness?
Oh, I was just about to say.
Yeah.
I use comeliness stat too. Oh yeah, that's so old school. There was a comeliness stat. Here's Maram.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Physical. So here's Maram's. Let's. You know what? I can bring him up. Let's bring up Maran's character sheet real quick and just show you. Yeah. Let's do that real quick.
Yeah,
here,
let's do that, Jay.
Let's bring Maram up.
Let's do that.
Come on, Maram's awesome.
Oh yeah, he is awesome. He just ain't much of a looker.
Jay, I haven't sent you your sheets yet for this time, did I? Have I?
Nope.
Okay, I'll do that this week. All right, this is from the last one without. There's maybe 1 or 2 things I'm on. So look, Fighter 3. This is what you're going to get. Fighter 3 Monk. He's 25% Orcish. That way we could do the dual classing. Here's all his special abilities. He's specialized in Bastard Sword and Heavy Crossbow because he was a fighter. Now he's a monk. He has Taunt. He has all these monk abilities. Here he is. Here's his character.
Into a coma.
Yeah. He has his spear actually vibrates lightning now because he actually has another character. Go ahead, Farland, tell the story.
So it was Faunelin's mother, Amestria.
Who died in the Hateful Wars.
Yes, died in the Hateful Wars protecting, because she was like the right hand of the prince.
Yes, the Prince Tressaren who died there. And that's 110 years in the past. I did a 24-hour stream where we actually did that event. Yes. Yeah.
Yep. So
I was dead.
Faunelin was able to get her mother's spear and then an amulet from her.
Right.
And Faunelin doesn't use spears, so she's like, oh, my brother, who I call him, he's like a brother to me now. I know he uses spears, so I gave him my mother's spear because I know it was.
Yeah, and here it is. And
that's cool.
It's named Epiphany. So here's it: a +2 spear, +1 lightning damage, does spark shower once per day. Yeah, so there it is, and that is an elven spear from the Hateful Wars. And there's a lot of those items that they're locating in as well. Didn't you just get a magic weapon too, an axe? Did you get one, Tim?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got a magic axe too.
That last adventure.
You got one last adventure too. So I don't know if it's on the sheet yet. You got a +2 battle axe acidic. So yours does a point of acid damage. So here, look at the stats here.
Finally get Lord Gazumba's Bardiche.
Well, his actual Bardiche, or he gave you?
So it says on here, it says +1 Bardiche Keen.
That was it. He gave you that one. That was one of his when he was adventuring, when he was younger and adventuring. He gave you that as a gift. Yeah. He uses a +3 right now. So.
Oh, so he cheated me. How dare he?
Well, he's not going to give you the one he fights with.
Joking.
17 strength, 10 intelligence, 9 wisdom, 18 dex. It's actually, it used to be 17, but he got a point from a book. 15 con, 9 charisma, and 8 comeliness.
There it is. There it is.
Not
Yes.
even double digits.
Yes. So that's his character sheet. Let's do. Yeah. So it's just, you know,
Like
and that's
French
comeliness
fries
is,
for
and there's a
bakers.
group called the DFCC. That's another group of characters. They're called the dual-fisted comeliness checkers because all they ask is how hot someone is, or, you know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, it's funny in a way. So let me go here. Let me go to Farnlin, and we'll show her too because she's pretty updated. And then I'll show Mark the spells. 'Cause, yeah, we want to show. I want to show you how spells work real quick because you're gonna, for both of you, because the priest will have spells pre-prayed for, but you can change them. But I'm gonna allow him to spell point his spells just like I do Farnlin. 7/7 fighter mage. Look, she's got 17 comeliness. So yeah,
Beautiful.
yes. Who's the only character you've kissed in game so far?
Oh, it's Cobra.
Yeah,
That's because I saved his life.
Yeah, Rob, the DFCC represent. We gotta get Mike Disney to play again too. Charisma 15, Strength 17, Intelligence 16. She fights longsword and Bardetian longbow. Has some mage abilities. Saving throws are right here. All right. Missile ranges are here, but here's her spell book and her traveling. So here's her spell. I'll let you spell point here. First level 4 with a recast because of Repel Power. 4, 3, 1. You'll be able to cast. She wants to cast lightning bolt 3 times. I don't care. That's fine. But she has spell. She knows her spells now. I'll make sure, Mark, your character has a lot of spells that are going to help you with your hiding ability. Okay.
Right.
I'll make sure you have some good and some offensive. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Jeremy. Hi, buddy.
Yo, Jeremy, good to see you. Yeah, I know. Tim's got the gun show, and I feel really, I feel really, down. And then one more. We'll do.
Look at the artificer
I gotta
over
air
here
them out.
bringing his guns out.
Yeah. I'll wear long sleeves. You guys are getting in my head.
Tim, this is you. This is before you leveled up. You leveled up last adventure. So this is you at 5th. I haven't updated the sheet yet. I'll do that.
I've got the
I'll do that tomorrow.
+3 axe of super acid.
No, it's +2 with +2 acidic, so it does an extra point of acidic damage. Most things are not immune to acidic, so it's +2 to +3 damage count. Your other pluses on strength. He has his spells that he prayed for as a paladin. He has some turning undead ability. He has saving throws against evil. He has protection from evil and 8. A lot of things. He specializes in battle axe. Shield mastery, he has taunt, and he has lance down because he was in the joust. So there you go. And there you go. He's got a really good armor class. It's reverse. Don't worry, I'll keep track of all the target numbers.
I still have no clue how to THAC0. That is gone.
You don't need
I
to.
learned it when I was about 9 or 10 years old.
You don't need to
and
THAC0.
then that just went away.
His one problem is he's super slow because he has plate mail on. It's non-magical.
Figuratively and literally.
Yes, he moves very slow. And on the table, 1 inch is 10 feet on the table. Okay, just note that 1 inch is 10 feet. Simple. So movement and all, get the hang of it. I think you can watch if you want to watch a good adventure. Watch Saturday Nights with Ed, and it's kind of fun. We had a blast with it. So, what other questions do you have before we wrap this up? I know I don't want to keep you all too long. Everyone's got real lives to go to.
If I may, Jay,
yeah, please.
Could you explain, and are you guys aware of how Nat 20 and Nat 1, the fumble and crit tables work?
So I left the crit. I left them.
All
right. So if you roll a natural 20 on an attack, it's a critical hit. If you have a keen weapon and it's a 19 or 20. If you roll a 19, you have a special hero point, Dad. That's a crit too. All right. So crits are you roll percentile dice. In lieu of, it could say double, and it's on dice damage, not your pluses on damage. So say you have a battle axe, Tim's character rolled 2 die 8. It could be triple, it could be massive critical, which is roll 2 criticals. It could be decapitated immediate death. It could be lodged in chest, your weapon's stuck in. There's all sorts of things that could happen. Fumbles, you could fall and break your arm. You could just be distracted. You could if you're in melee combat, you could hit your friend for normal damage. You could even critical hit your friend or yourself.
Which is why
all
you
the
really
possibilities.
Don't
Don't want it. Okay.
Yes.
And one thing you're quick to learn with Jay, you always have to second guess what he does.
So
All right.
Ed
Paranoia.
Greenwood's character,
Yes.
Ravalantar, and Tony, when all they do is turn behind and look behind themselves all the time because they're always worried about getting backstabbed. Always. Right?
Because you've done it.
Yes. Did it happen Saturday night? Didn't happen a single time.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Not once.
How many times did they turn around?
Oh, about 50. Oh, they did turn around. Because Ed's paranoid. I got Ed paranoid. It's great. To ever think that I would ever DM for Ed Greenwood in my life, and he's played about 20 times. I when I was a kid, I never thought. You know what I mean? It's just crazy to think about it. It's crazy to think about that Ed plays in one of my regular groups.
And go to GaryCon where you just like walk into him in a hallway.
Or we hang out until 4 o'clock in the morning
nice.
drinking
It's like-
beers with him because Ed's
And
I have to
he
play
gives
my
you
first-
great.
or Coco gets a
Great
massage from him.
massages.
Yes, exactly. So there you go.
Like the one that you paid for us and his was like top tier. His was so much better.
Shh. Don't want to get into the details of that.
Mm.
No details on how
last
good they
year.
were. Yes. So
If I may just add
please,
on to
then
one
we
point, just so it's understood. Just like how if you roll a 19, you can spend a special hero point to make that a crit. If you roll a nat 1 and you really don't want to risk it on the fumble table, you can also spend a special hero point
Like,
to
get it
get rid
out.
of the fumble.
Okay.
But Jay can also spend one of his special hero points to make it go back down to a nat 1. So you got to kind of keep in mind how many
That's if I
hero
have
points
any.
Jay has.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Jay has any, and if he's willing to spend one on you. He might not. He might just let you undo the fumble and carry on with your business, or he might make you super depressed and spend one of his hero points to make you go back down to a natural 1. You never know with this guy.
I
If he
will.
really wants,
Perfect.
if he has in mind to do something, or he really wants you to do something, he will race you in a heartbeat. So,
Makes sense.
yeah. Because you'll be like,
The
okay,
DM's
no, I'm
doing
gonna
his job.
So
you
just note,
Yeah.
I'm gonna mess with you. And,
Yeah.
I
Alright.
have emotes
fine.
for that, and I have the mind games emote, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna mess with you a bit, but that's part of the game, Mark. Right? If your players are comfortable, what fun
yeah.
is it?
Oh, yeah.
Mark makes me
Rachel's constantly
paranoid all the time.
You gotta be paranoid. a
I'm
bit.
well familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. That's a great point there, Korg. Is most hero points get used on late adding to a initiative die roll, because if you roll a 6 and that +1, I can't beat you. That's a 7, right? Because I rarely use them that way. Or undoing fumbles, or adding to crits, or a catastrophic save, and you got to make it. You got to make that save. We've had that happen a lot. So, those are where most hero points get used. And it's a cheer for 500 in the audience. I really try to say don't do it to each other in the group. You can't cheer for yourself, obviously. But, sometimes. Tim has a habit of... There's some people who do it. Like Rob does it a lot. There's proponents for cheering, and then there's the anti-proponents. We all know who they are. The people that give them to me.
Yeah.
Razkill, Troy, they give them to me. So, Doc,
On my list.
yeah, a lot of them.
Moose.
Moose, yeah, they give them to me. So,
Somebody give me your Venmo so I can use you as
Yes.
an agent.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
exactly, Jeff, and that's part of the fun. The audience is invested in the interaction. So, yep. All right. Any other questions? Hopefully, we had a fun time just sitting here and chatting and learning about GREYHAWK, because the campaigns, you're going to learn a little bit more about what's going on in My World of GREYHAWK. My World of GREYHAWk is not. The world's going to end if we don't do this. Okay, it's not there. It's on a smaller scale. It's in it's area specific to Selene, the Lord Mills, and all. Bad things can happen there, but it's not. Don't worry, you're not going to have to save the world on the first adventure.
That's good.
All right.
No, you're not going to. It's going to be localized. Yeah. Coco likes it when I give them to Jay. Yeah, of course, Razkill. And Razkill, you won your. By the way, it was Columbus Day. The post office was closed, so I couldn't get your winnings out. You'll get that. I'll get them out tomorrow. Because he won the drawing last night. So, all right, want to do the giveaway, everyone, and let's shout everyone else back out. So and please note, follow everyone here that we shout out. Let's call exclamation point drawing for the giveaway. It's going to be the Free City of GREYHAWK box set in the reprint form. All right. And there's a lot of stuff in here.
Give me more books.
Yes, it's a lot of great stuff in here. The Free City GREYHAWK map that's in here is being redone. It's going to be in the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide. Francesca Barald is doing it. She's an unbelievable artist. She's doing that. And Mike Schley is doing the GREYHAWK map, world map. So I just had him on about a month and a half ago to discuss the maps coming on in the Dungeon Master's Guide coming out in a couple months. So, all right. All right, let's shout out everyone here. Tim, why don't you start us off, man? Stronghold. What are you doing?
Okay,
what do you got going
on? Oh, are we? Do you want me to say a thing? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what do you got going on, man?
Put a coin in me. Bloop. Yeah. We're doing Warrior Week from for the Wounded Warrior program, which is interestingly enough all the way through 1 November. And we had a great night last night. We raised $200. We're gonna keep that going with giveaways and rewards if you're playing with us. Our next game is Wednesday night. We'll be in the Maelstrom for Storm King's Thunder. And then Saturday, we're running with Vactair for Extra Life. That's going to be fantastic on Sunday, but they're running like almost every night in October. And then when our regular game, it'll be back on Sunday. And then continuing on. Words. Stronghold charities.
Yes.
Hua.
Plus, Stronghold will participate in my annual St. Jude fundraiser we do every second or third weekend in February. Last year we raised over $26,000. The group is going to surpass $100,000 this year. This will be year 7. So we've doubled it every year up until the 20s, and then it's kind of hard. But we surpassed the year before, so we want to surpass the $26,000 this year. So I'm already lining up sponsors and all that stuff. I got to get that rolling now. That's before GaryCon. So the next big events, yeah. It's a fun one, real fun. So Tim, thanks for coming on, man, and looking forward to Tim de Truly again. So you'll have some new allies, maybe.
I'll wear a shirt.
Once you come into Nuclear Meat, you never leave.
Korg, what's going on?
Hello. Yes. So hello everybody. Korg the Mighty here. I explain the lore of fictional universes on my other channels, primarily YouTube and TikTok. We're going to be having some more Warframe lore videos come out on the YouTube side of things throughout this week. And yes, excited to get to play this Saturday with you all.
Yep. 10 o'clock EDT. 9:30 log in roughly just to make sure everything's okay. I'll be downstairs in the basement, so. Yeah. But Korg, thanks, man. Looking for another Maram. In another group, he's got a great fighter necromancer. That character's a little off. Elwyn, right? He's a little off.
He's just a sweet old grandpa that loves his wife and his grandkids and definitely doesn't have any skeletons in his closet. Necromancer.
No, but he's got snacks in his pocket.
You also took the dwarf you killed that last adventure and turned him into a skeleton too.
Exactly, because he killed my goat.
Yeah, that's right. He did. So there you go.
Goat Trude.
Yes, fun.
Goat Trude.
Well, Korg, thank you so very much. We'll see you Saturday.
And thank you.
Coco, we'll see you Thursday too.
Yeah, I will be here on Thursday. Super excited. I will also be playing tomorrow on Guild Superior's channel at 7:30 Central.
Let me shout Guild Superior out too. There you go.
Yeah, we're doing the 3rd part of the 5th part of Outlaws of GREYHAWK. It's so much fun. It's an amazing group. We have a lot of fun. But yes, I will be back Thursday, and I cannot wait for Saturday. Love busy weeks of nothing but D&D.
And maybe Sunday?
Yes, I know. We need to get together. We need to create my character.
That's awesome.
I'm cool everywhere. Too. I'm everywhere.
So I know most people are subscribed, but as a partner now with front page capability, and I've been on the front page like 3 times already, one time requested, they really want me to have the ads up. So I really, I got, now that they have that new system for partners, I'm sorry, trying to explain it in chat. Now they have a new system where you can submit front page requests every month, and you can get on one every 90 days. But they're putting lower partners on a lot more on the front page. They want those ads up, so I have to have them up. So sorry about that, because I used to not have them up, But so, who's doing the shout out for Marquee? Both?
No, do you want to do it because you have the most going on?
Thanks, Jeff.
I can do it. There's a lot going on.
Go for it. Yeah, tell us what's going on.
Well, it's our spooky month, and we have a battle arena that happens where all players die by the end, but they try to score points by killing the most XP. So we have 2 games this week on Friday and Sunday that replaces our normal campaign, which is Magic Broken. And chat can cause some chaos in our campaign by using those channel points, and it's
Nice.
It's gonna be a good time. It's always chaotic. All of these things, yeah, chat involved stuff that we're doing this week, and it gets nuts. It gets real nuts.
Yeah. I think currently we have like the death arena. It's like a pool of, we have 4 players, but a pool of 16 like level 1 or 2 characters
Oh,
that
cool.
you just kind of cycle between to
Yeah.
see how many
Once
enemies
one
they
goes
can
down,
take out before they
next one
Nice.
comes
yeah.
in.
Nice. That's
It's a fun time.
So, specifically, what time can we see you on and when?
We are on at 7 p.m. Central, so 8 Eastern
On Friday and Sunday.
on
for this
Friday
week.
and Sunday.
Okay, cool.
Typically Sundays at 7 Central.
Nice. Around that work schedule, I understand. I understand 100%. You know, so yeah, I already promised someone else. So Phantom, but thank you for that idea. I already have promised someone else. So, but I would. Well, I look forward to catching that Friday night. I'm only hanging out, watching something with the wife, and I always have my iPad up, so I'm gonna put you on for Friday.
Nice.
That's very cool. Here's what's going on. Thursday night, I don't have a banner up for it yet because I'm still waiting on someone else. Coco's in with 2 of my regulars, with Walt, just like last week, with Walt and Tom with characters. I'm not even sure yet, but we'll get all that worked out. For Wednesday night, Gary Julian and Samwise, who's in chat, are on coolest historical GREYHAWK campaigns in Legends of Lore, starting at 7. When we're going to talk about some really 12 of the best eras you could put a historical campaign in. With that, everyone on will be allowed to download this for free that they're putting together, and it will be a book for that historical campaigns of the world of GREYHAWK. The link will be up midway through the show, so you watch. Yeah, right. But yeah, so you'll be able to get this download. I don't have it yet because they're finalizing it, so they'll get it to me, and we'll show it as we go. But really cool. I'm assuming Hateful Wars are going to be on here because it's the one I just did, which is one of my favorites. I'm assuming at Battle of Emerald Meadows as well, but we'll find out. Normal game Thursday night at 7:30, and then Saturday morning at 10. There we go. Triple dilemma. With this group,
Oh yeah.
I'm debating who I'm going to bring as an NPC. I want an interactivity. We may have 2 healers, which would be good. I still may bring Ashrin along because you don't know about her because you're going to run into them at Trade Town, I think. So I think I'll bring Ashrin because you can never, yeah. I think that's where we'll go.
She's a good healer, but she's also got a lot of good buff spells as well.
Yeah, she does a lot of buffing spells like Bull Strength and stuff like that too.
Yeah, that could help.
So, all right, let's do the giveaway. Let's see who wins it, and I'll send this out tomorrow. Last call exclamation point drawing. We'll do that, and then we're gonna raid into Darling. I normally raid into Darling on Sundays, but I raided into Marquee last night.
Which is so nice.
Okay.
Of course, no problem.
Thank you.
Yep. So let's do this here. And thank you all for coming on Monday night. We got like 70, 80, 75, 80 people on. It's crazy. Thank you. Thank you for participating. And let's get a little background on what goes on in the campaign. I love doing these. Here we go. Last call, exclamation point drawing. Let me see. Cloudbot, all this crazy stuff. Here we go. Ready? Gonna close it out. The winner. Damn weirdo Wayne. Wayne, I think you have that already, so you let me know. Wayne normally has it, and but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. If not, Wayne normally will say give it to someone else too. Let me see if he's got a VIP badge, of course. So, Woot. All right, Wayne, do you have this? If you don't, I'm gonna send it to you. But if you do, just get with me offline and we'll figure out something. All right. All right. Cool. See. Thank you. Thank you so very much. I'm so excited about this enhancing the group. Have some fun, playing some terrain, playing a different style, and then, we'll see where it goes from there. So
Now, here's the thing, Jay.
Yes.
Throughout this entire stream, we have been missing one very important question. Tim, are you bringing your dog to GaryCon? There is a correct answer.
There's only one answer.
Yeah. Chippy, you want to go? Chippy, you want to go to GaryCon? Yeah. He wants to go.
So,
Yeah.
does the entire Marquee group go?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have like a fair amount of people from our community that all come and we'll meet
Perfect.
up. So it's really fun. Yeah.
The back bar starting Wednesday night is ours. That's where we are hanging.
Oh.
That small part, that small back bar area, you know, we kind of lay claim to that. And Curtis and Brett will get takeout from a place they know, pizza and wings, and we bring it all in, and we're just hanging out there. You know, normally from like 8.
Oh, that's so fun.
Oh yeah. That's
I love
that's our
that.
hangout spot. Yeah, so
It's good to
Watch
know.
With Ed, too.
Lose at a shot drinking game.
that's not funny. I did not lose either. You cannot do an Irish car bomb with a paper cup drop into to get a stout. It doesn't work.
Bring your own shot glasses next
Yeah,
year.
So there you go. Gary Con's on its way. All right, so thank you all for coming. Let's raid the darling. Have a great night. We'll see you all Saturday. Give me your character stuff we need there, please, Mark and Rachel, and I will get work on the character sheets. You should have them no later. I should have them all done tomorrow night if I get the information, but whenever you give it to me, I'll get it to you. And I'll get you all your character updates, which are all done. I just got to put them in the system. So, see y'all. Come, yeah, Guild Superior tomorrow. Dude, there's gonna be so much. I hit a wrong button. There goes my first wrong button of the night. There we go. Yeah, I know. I just too much. So let's sit the raid up here. Raiding in. She's already got 73. Darling's pushing partners. Because now that raids count, let's push her up.
Yeah.
Raids count now.
Do they count?
As long as you hold them.
Yep.
So the deal is they want, and it says right under the partner thing, they want you to have 6 streams where you average 75 over a month. That's what they want to see. So yeah, they want you holding the. So I'm approaching 3 years. In December it'll be a 3 year for me. So thanks. But let me tell you something. I got rejected 12 times, so I understand the grind. Yeah, I understand it. Yeah.
Well, I'm now starting the doing the TikTok and Twitch as well. So.
Or like streaming on TikTok too?
Yes.
How's that? I've seen people do that.
I have a friend who's gonna help me out with all that. Like, I just got approved because I think you have to have like 1,000 followers on TikTok.
5, 4, 3. Keep on trying. 2, 1. See you Wednesday night. Have a good one.
I got approved to be able to stream, and if within 14 days, and if I can keep that, then they'll let me keep the access to the TikTok live studio. But yeah, I've seen like a lot of people be very successful on there, but I mean it's like I just want to do it for fun, just to see how it is.